Yes, sir. Trade of the day brought to you by TraderTV.Live as always. AMC this morning. Now, as everybody understands, there was that APE issue, that dividend issue, where you get the new equity. APE opened up pretty promptly early on, but the key thing was the mechanics of the trade. So every AMC shareholder was going to get APE, and essentially the value of your shares was you get one AMC share and one of APE, essentially like a 2-for-1 type of split. Now, the key thing to keep in mind, the indicated open was based off of the 1802 close price that AMC on my 60-minute, you can see it closed up on Friday right at 1802. So you had an indicated open of $9.01 on APE. So it's really important to understand that if one was trying to formulate a trade idea off of the open, and we had some pre-market trades to the downside we can get into, but I think it's about that initial long, why we like the notion of it and where some levels might come into play. So if you looked at what AMC was doing when it made that double top last week, you did have this nice 21 base where it had all kinds of support. There was a big breakdown at that level. You had 20, which was a breakout. Not a ton of support there, but it was at least significant enough for an earlier break. So when you start to think about that $9 open price that you were trading around on APE right at the open, it gave you a couple of equivalent prices. At 20, and you worked at 11 and 9, I like the 11 break. And then I like the 12. That 21 level was pretty significant. So in my mind, the only two things I was looking for off of the open for longs was if it could take out that 11 and APE was going to hold that 9 base. And then if APE was going to hold that 9, can we also look at that 12 level for a breakout? Here's where things got really, really tricky. Once APE was opened, it could not stay open for more than a few seconds and then would go into a halt. Then it would open back up and then go into another halt. So essentially what this trade turned into was, so long as APE was not going into a down halt and your level was breaking, go long, hold the long, and then go long. And then the second there was a turn on APE, where everything looked like it was good. There's your 12 break. It looks like it's about to squeeze to the upside in control. APE starts heading downside, and there's an absolute destruction candle followed by others. Since then, the only trade has been to the short side. And as a matter of fact, it's been only going sideways ever since. So there were some shorts we liked in the pre-market, but after everything that happened early on with APE and AMC, it was just a lot easier to move on from that trade. The squeeze did happen, but once APE couldn't get going, and it just trended down the entire time. The only long you could have was in and out. You could not try to hold it. You could not try to get a moonshot. As a matter of fact, what you needed to do was reverse and go short and then go with that trend. Off the open, there was nothing wrong with it, plenty of momentum. But you couldn't fight the rampant selling that was going on in APE. There was absolutely nothing that could be done. It was always going to drag it back down. So you had to be able to stay away from that long. Once the open turned itself around, it was almost like sitting there trading with watching something as a leading indicator that couldn't even stay open for more than 30 seconds or so. Pretty volatile, but at least there was a couple of jailbreak longs to get in and get out and call it a day. That's your trade of the day brought to you by TraderTV.Live as always.